Don't hurt you, ain't I?
No.
Oh, this. He gonna talk about it.
Rasheeda mama be wanting to sit between my legs trying to see if she can feel something.
Don't even go there.
Rasheeda paced around her living room, her mind racing and her heart pounding. She couldn't shake off the rumors she'd heard the day before, and the whispers of betrayal left her feeling torn and anxious. The accusations she'd come across were shocking and hurtful, and they weighed heavily on her. She struggled to process the idea that Kirk, her husband, might be involved in something so damaging, something that could break their family apart. The possibility of such a betrayal left her feeling broken. Finally, Rasheeda decided to confront Kirk directly, summoning all the courage she could muster. She took a deep breath, steadied herself, and looked him in the eye. Her voice trembled with both pain and determination as she spoke. "I need you to be honest with me, Kirk. I've heard rumors about you and my mother," she said, each word heavy with emotion. Kirk's face turned pale as her words sank in. He looked shocked, his expression a mix of confusion and guilt. "What are you talking about? Rasheeda?" he asked, his voice barely steady. Rasheeda felt a surge of frustration. "Don't try to deny it, Kirk. I know what's been going on. How could you betray me like this? How could you do this to our family?" A tense silence fell over the room, and the trust they once shared seemed to crack. Kirk struggled to find the right words, stammering as he tried to respond. "It's not what it looks like," he managed to say, but Rasheeda wasn't convinced. Her disbelief only grew. "Not what it looks like," she repeated, her voice rising. "You were supposed to be my partner. Instead, you've betrayed everything we built together." Kirk looked around desperately, his face full of regret. But nothing he could say would undo the pain he had caused. Rasheeda's heart had hardened, her voice filled with bitterness. "This isn't just a casual mistake, Kirk," she said. "It's a betrayal on every level." Kirk took a cautious step closer, his face full of desperation and worry. "Please, Rasheeda, hear me out," he pleaded. "We can work this out. I can make things right." Rasheeda's voice trembled, not from fear, but from the hurt eating away at her. "You chose someone else over me," she said, her words calm yet laced with deep sadness. "You crossed a boundary that should never have been crossed. How do we move forward from something like that?" A heady silence fell between them. Rasheeda fought to keep her tears from falling, unwilling to let Kirk see her vulnerability. She couldn't stop her mind from replaying the good times they once shared, now tainted by his betrayal. "Actions have consequences, Kirk," she said firmly, her voice unshaken. "I deserve better than this. I deserve loyalty, respect, and honesty, especially from the person I trusted with my heart. You've broken that trust in ways I never thought possible." Kirk's expression softened, remorse clear on his face. "I never wanted to hurt you," he confessed, his voice thick with regret. "I was weak, and I didn't think." "That's your excuse," Rasheeda interrupted, stepping further away. She needed space to process everything, to make sense of the turmoil within. A bitter laugh escaped her, her disappointment evident. "You're an adult, Kirk. You should have known better. This isn't just a mistake, it's a choice. You chose to hurt me in the worst way." Her voice softened to a whisper as she looked away, every word filled with pain. "I can't even look at you right now." As she turned to leave, Kirk stood frozen, the weight of what he had done finally sinking in. For Rasheeda, though, the path ahead felt uncertain, with his betrayal leaving scars that seemed impossible to heal. As she took a step away, Kirk reached out, grabbing her wrist. "Please don't leave," he begged, his voice thick with emotion. "I love you." Rasheeda listened to his words, but they felt empty and hollow. Her heart ached deeply, weighed down by the painful sting of betrayal. She looked him in the eyes, her voice steady even though it quivered with emotion, and told him, "What you did is the opposite of love. How am I supposed to trust you again? Love doesn't tear families apart." She pulled her arm back, tears streaming down her face as her heart broke, but she held onto her strength. "I need time to think," she added firmly. "You've shattered everything we worked so hard to build. I don't know if I'll ever be able to see you the same way again." As Rasheeda stepped out of the house, the cool night air washed over her, bringing a sense of calm to the storm inside her. Though she felt heartbroken, there was also a strange sense of relief, as if she was letting go of the weight of Kirk's betrayal. Inside, Kirk stood frozen, realizing the full impact of his actions and fearing he might have lost the person he truly cared about. Later that night, Rasheeda sat alone in her living room, her mind racing. Finding out about Kirk's affair had turned her world upside down. The proof of his unfaithfulness was undeniable, and the pain from his betrayal cut deep. She knew she needed to take action to regain her sense of self, to remember the strong, independent woman she had always been before this heartbreak entered her life. With determination, Rasheeda decided to take a bold step. She planned a press conference, wanting to share her story on her own terms. Reporters and cameras filled the room, their anticipation buzzing in the air. When Rasheeda stepped up to the podium, she was calm, but fierce, her expression one of quiet power. As she spoke, her voice was steady and clear. "I have been hurt deeply, but I won't let it define me. What Kirk did broke my heart, but it also awakened a strength within me." The crowd listened closely, hanging on to each word she said. Her speech wasn't just about her pain. It was about reclaiming her strength and setting her own narrative. When the press conference ended, Rasheeda felt a weight lift off her shoulders. The betrayal had left scars, but it hadn't destroyed her spirit. She walked away, feeling lighter, knowing she had taken the first step toward rebuilding her life on her own terms. "Thank you all for being here." Rasa started her speech with a steady voice that had a hint of excitement, suggesting something major was coming. Her outfit was stunning, blending elegance with a touch of rebellion, which drew everyone's attention instantly. "I have some big news to share," she began, speaking in a calm voice that showed her determination. "I want to be completely honest about what's next for me." The audience leaned forward, eager to hear more, as cameras clicked and quiet murmurs spread through the room. Rasa continued, addressing a topic many had been curious about: her relationship with Kirk Frost. It had been discussed widely, and had also been a personal struggle for her. The crowd became more engaged as she opened up about her journey, her honesty capturing everyone's attention. She paused, allowing her words to sink in before sharing the news that everyone was waiting for. With a warm smile, she revealed, "I am moving on from the past and starting a new chapter with someone who has been a true source of strength for me." All eyes turned as Rasa's new partner, Adrian, joined her. He was tall and confident, standing calmly amidst the media frenzy around them. His quiet assurance was captivating, and he seemed unaffected by the chaos, standing beside Rasa as camera flashes lit up the room. The reporters were thrilled by this news and began asking questions eagerly. "Who is he? How did you two meet?" a voice called from the crowd. Rasa smiled genuinely, her eyes shining with happiness as she replied, "This is Adrian. We've been together for a while now. He's been my closest friend and has supported me through some of the hardest times in my life. I couldn't be happier to have him by my side as I step into this new phase. Adrien greeted a few reporters, his friendly smile and calm presence quickly winning them over. Despite the chaotic scene, he remained poised, ready to stand beside Rasa in the public eye. The press, of course, wanted more details. They asked about their relationship and Adrien's place in Rasa's life. But for now, Rasa and Adrien kept things light, giving only smiles and subtle hints, leaving the audience curious for more. Their connection was clear, and it was obvious. This was not just the end of one chapter, but the start of a bold, exciting new journey together. Rasheeda has recently shown the world her inner strength and determination as she steps forward into a new phase of her life. At a press event, she appeared both calm and bold, clearly ready to take charge of her own story. With Adrien standing beside her, she looked confident and at peace as they exited together, signaling a fresh start. Hand in hand, they shared a powerful moment caught by the cameras.